Well, it's needless to say that things have been quite tough for everybody with the COVID-19 breakout and everything that's going on with the curfew. We here in India are also facing a 21-day curfew, and we are all confined to kind of a house arrest here. Now that we are all inside and we are either working from home or we have just taken a paid vacation, multimedia and other electronic devices have presided over most of our time. People are using laptops and smartphones more than ever to consume media, to console themselves and pass the time. And this is a time where we have to focus more on not only our physical well-being but also our mental well-being through digital minimalism. Being an avid smartphone user myself, I thought I'll explore this digital minimalism and mental well-being a little bit more, because it's very important to remember when to unplug. So here are 5 digital well-being applications that you can download for free that will help you unplug and stay healthy in this quarantine time. First up, it's an intelligent live wallpaper known as Unlock Clock. Basically, it's a wallpaper that you download on your phone, and it will replace your existing wallpaper with a gigantic counter on your screen. And this counter shows exactly how many times you have been unlocking your phone by incrementing the counter with each press of the power button. So if you are someone who's cautious about how many times you are using it but easily lose track of it, this giant number on your screen will remind you how many times you have unlocked it today, so you can set goals for yourself not to unlock it more than a certain number of times. It's a very minimal and pretty bare bones application, but it does add a lot of functionality to your life, and it will help you monitor how often are you reaching for your phone to pass your time. Well, if you're not a fan of these numbers on your screen, then there is a similar application which can help you track your unlocks as well, and it's called Activity Bubbles. Well, you could say it's the same application, but it has a slightly different approach in tracking your unlocks. Every time you lock and unlock your phone, a bubble drops on the bottom of your screen and it eventually fills up. This essentially gives you an idea of how many times you have unlocked your screen, and the size of the individual bubbles tells you how long the phone was on. In other words, how long the screen was active before you locked it. So if you keep the screen on and been using it for a long time and then lock it, the next time you unlock, a giant bubble drops on the bottom. But if you keep locking and unlocking it with a second's delay, then smaller bubbles will populate on your screen. This thing is also a wallpaper, so you won't find a standalone application for it. You just install it on your phone and it will be in the background of your applications. So it will always be on your home screen reminding you of the time that you've been using your phone. So it's definitely kind of a cool thing to have. Instead of a typical wallpaper which encourages you to use your phone, this wallpaper is a lot more functional and keeps you mindful of your time using your device and how often you're unlocking it in a very fun and interactive manner. Next up is a launcher called Desert Island. As the name suggests, if you are stranded on a desert, you will be asked to pick only a certain number of items which you absolutely need to survive. Similarly, if you are forced to pick only a few applications, 7 in this case, which you absolutely need to function in your daily life, then Desert Island does exactly that. It gives you a choice to pick any of the 7 applications that you want, and it's just a white home screen with those 7 applications on there. It doesn't show you any other applications that you have on your phone, so if you have a distracting app which you need but you don't really want to use it all the time, you can simply not include it in the Desert Island launcher and use it throughout your day, so you stay functional and practical the whole day without wasting time on applications that you don't want to use. Now, of course, with all these applications, it's up to you to have the discipline to use them judiciously, because while apps like Desert Island do directly prevent you from accessing the apps, they don't really block you out of them, so you can still access the settings and change the launcher back to your default launcher and then still use the applications as you would normally. So it's up to you to have the discipline to not do that and keep your own mental well-being in mind. Another very similar digital well-being experiment is Morph. Morph is a launcher which allows you to set workspaces and different kind of profiles. So if you are in home, you can select a profile for this time as quarantine and only add applications that you absolutely have to use. It's a lot similar to Desert Island, but it doesn't really restrict the applications to a particular number like 7. So all you need to do is to not include the applications that you use a lot and only include those which will be practical and useful for your day. And it will only include that in the space. If you ever have to change the workspace, you simply have to swipe up and select another profile which you may have created. So if you're not into the wholesale black and white minimalist look of Desert Island, then this is something a little bit more colorful for you. So you can definitely check this one out. It'll help you set multiple profiles throughout the day, and you can switch between them according to the situation. Now, if you don't want to give up the functionality of your phone in any way, but you want to be mindful of the application usage times in your day, then you can install Action Dash. Action Dash is a digital well-being and screen time helper which basically analyzes how long an application was in use, and it summarizes the entire time for your day. Now, the biggest downside of Action Dash is that you need to get the full paid version of it if you want to access the focus mode and other things which are present in the Google Wellbeing app, also known as digital well-being. It won't be very appealing to a lot of you because it does demand payment for everything, but it's only 100 rupees. If you value your mental health a lot and you do want a wholesome application that can track you and your application usage throughout the day, then surely this is a worthwhile purchase. And finally, my personal favorite, if you don't want to install anything and if you don't want to like really use anything or pay for anything, you may notice that on your right side of your phone there is this button, and if you press and hold the button, there is a interesting menu which you have never seen in your life before. So if you tap on this red button, of course, I'm talking about switching off your phone. Think about it. When was the last time you did it? When was the last time you switched off your phone and kept everything to the side and prioritized yourself and your family? And with the quarantine going on, this is the excellent opportunity to make use of it. So in your day, during the time that you're not working or anything, switch off your phone if you don't want to install any other fancy app, and spend time on yourself and enjoy the small things in your life. If you're with your family, then great, enjoy the time with your family. But if you're like me, stuck in a city and unable to go home, then take care of yourself, because nobody else will. Well, that was just a quick little video I wanted to make about digital well-being and minimalism. I mean, I'm cooped up in my room whole day, so might as well try something like this and not destroy our health in the process. So how are you coping up with quarantine? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, then stick around. Until next time, take good care of yourselves, take it easy, and happy Quarantines Day.